Laker Nation. They say I'm trolling Laker Nation because I'm telling y'all what it is, and I got my own mind to think with, and common sense and two eyes that the Most High gave me. Now let me start off. I'm just jump right into it. As we've been watching in this free agency, all the excuses that I keep hearing from delusional Laker fans who don't do no research and that don't really know much about basketball. They just want to say that you're a hater. Look, this isn't about liking D'Angelo Russell, but we're gonna start from the beginning. When Paul George and his camp tweeted out that he didn't no longer want to be with Indiana and that he wanted to be with the Lakers. After that, it was Magic Johnson tweeting out, "God is so good." As soon as I seen that and put two and two together, I said, oh, this dude is finna go make a quick move, a quick fix move to try to go get Paul George right away. And that's what he did. So, but when that didn't happen, he figured that he would get rid of one of his young core and go dump salary cap, which didn't make any sense because you wasn't going to compete this year, not even for the 8 seed. So you went and traded Mozgov, as they say, dumping salary, but you needed to add D'Angelo Russell in order to get rid of that, which to me is all full of bullshit. It's like a used car salesman. They sell you a bunch of dreams and then you be done gave the man your money and then you drive off in a car that don't work and you start having problems with it and it start breaking down. Now here's the deal. You say you clearing cap space, but the move was ultimately to go get Paul George. See, he thought that once he traded D'Angelo and he got that 27 pick, he was going to match that 27 pick up with the 28 pick, and he was going to either try to get rid of JC or Randall, if not both, with the 27th and 28th pick. Once Indiana told him that that wasn't going to work, he knew that he had already messed up. So what was his next move? He started trying to sell you on these rookies that he drafted. See, because somebody that messes up, that's what they doing. Now he's trying to direct the attention on the rookies. Oh, they're great players, and, you know, they don't have no baggage, and this and this and this and that. But what we talking about is cap space. And these star players, look, we can see right now, Magic Johnson is having a hard time even signing low-budget players, because they only trying to offer 1 year cheap deals of like $2.3 million or you know, the mid-level exception. And the way that the CBA is built up, players are not going for that. They want to get paid. Now you talking about Alonzo Ball needs a mentor after you all the hype around this dude about how great of a passer he is. If he's so great, he shouldn't need a mentor. He shouldn't need a Paul George or Rondo to come and mentor him. See, this is how you know that it's bullshit. I'm going to tell y'all Laker fans who delusional and drinking the Kool-Aid and pay attention to the media. You not sniffing the playoffs this year, not even the 8 seed. You not getting no stars next year. LeBron James is not leaving a good situation where it's a cakewalk to the East to come play for a lottery team. Lonzo Ball is not going to be what everybody thinks. And when we sitting here next year at this same time doing free agency, you're going to see all the other teams making moves, getting rid of bench players to go get star players, and y'all going to be saying, well, come on, Lakers, what are y'all doing? Because ain't nobody coming. And even if you do go get Paul George in free agency, you're not winning no more than 35 games. But I'm a hater, though. I don't know what I'm talking about. You cleared $16 million off the books for 1 year. You didn't clear $54 million. You still got to pay for a 1 year rental in Brook Lopez, which is $22.6 million. So what cap space did you really clear? ESPN already did a show on this, showing how it will work out. And they only have between 35 and 45 million to play with, not 54 million. Y'all forget Randall's contract is next year in 2018. They're going to have to figure out if they're going to pay him or get rid of him. You got Jordan Clarkson on the books, who's got a 4-year, $50 million contract. So where do you delusional friends get that you're going to be able to sign max players without getting rid of some other players that you already have on your core? Everybody want to talk about, oh, well, Magic didn't see D'Angelo. Well, that's called being fake then, because he's got 2 videos on Sports Buzz talking about how Brandon Ingram and D'Angelo Russell are the cornerstones of the franchise. And that one thing D'Angelo can do is he can score that ball, and he know he's got leadership. We just need to bring it out of him. When the man went and had dinner with LeVar Ball after his son's second workout, this man came back the week after. The following week was a brand new man and started trying to trade D'Angelo everywhere. You don't have no shooters on your team. You got Lonzo Ball at the point, you got JC, and you got a bunch of unproven draft rookies that you drafted. And you got a bunch of small forwards and a bunch of centers and a bunch of power forwards. Where you going with that kind of team? Magic Johnson was seen all in public during the transition of the Columbines, working out, chilling with D'Angelo Russell, skinning and grinning all in the young man's face. And then you come and turn around and trade your best asset, not only your best asset, but your best scorer, besides Lou Williams and Nick Young. And none of them are there now. So you don't have nobody that can consistently give you scoring. These rookies in their first year not about to come in and do that. And if you drinking the Kool-Aid, you just as delusional as the lion-ass news and the lion-ass media. The trade wasn't to get rid of cap space. He made that trade because he thought he was about to go get Paul George. And when that didn't fall through, you haven't heard nothing else from the Lakers. Now they trying to sign Rondo because they desperate. And you trying to sign Paul George. Dudes who ain't never really been nothing in their career. Paul George wasn't nothing since he left Indiana and the Spurs.
I rarely say greetings, but I just did.
Rondo ain't been nothing since he won under Doc Rivers when he was in Boston.
We'll watch the Phoenix Suns in this one as they go up against the San Antonio.
And who else y'all trying to go and get that y'all talk to? Dion Waiters.
The matchup, feeling confident that they can prevail.
He didn't pan out in Cleveland. He didn't pan out in OKC, but he did have this past good year but he doesn't fit the system. He's a ball stopper. He wants to score. He's a one-on-one player. He makes bad decisions upon driving to the hole. And I just don't see why you fans is drinking the Kool-Aid. Talking about I'm hating and I don't know what I'm talking about. Magic is going to get fired next year if he don't do everything that you fans say and think that he going to do as far as going and getting stars. The quick fix, this is the plan. This is the same plan that Mitch Kupchak and Jim had. After the Dwight Howard trade, and he had the hurt shoulder, and the Steve Nash trade, and he got hurt, and he had the leg nerve damage, and from the nerve damage in his leg led to him having back problems, and he couldn't even play anymore. Y'all been chasing stars since 2012. LeBron James and Carmelo Anthony was supposed to come. Everybody was talking about, oh, they coming. Y'all sit around and waited to the end of free agency when these dudes both made the decision to go. LeBron went back home to Cleveland, and what's his name went back home, went on up to New York. And they took the max deal. I think LeBron signed a 2-year deal with an opt-out the next year. Come on, man. Westbrook is getting ready to sign the extended deal. OKC not about to let him walk out the door like they did Durant. They learned from that mistake. The Lakers is the only organization that's still living in the past. They think that they can use their name and they brand about being in commercials and marketing. Listen, players don't want to hear about that. The CBA is built where everybody can ball and get paid like a star now. And you ain't even got to be a star. Dudes don't want to hear about being in commercials and shoe deals and all of that and marketing. They want to hear about winning basketball. I thought this was an organization about winning championships. But Jeannie is to blame because all she thinking about is getting an all-star to represent you in the all-star game. Bullshit. Ever since her father died, February the 18th of 2013, this franchise has been going downhill for the almost 7 years now. Because they chasing stars and they delusional. And Magic is thinking that players is going to leave a good situation to come play with him, and your team can't barely get past 26 wins. But I'm hating though. No, y'all just don't like to hear the truth. People are so under the spell and so brainwashed and so desperate to see the Lakers win, y'all just believe any and everything right now. Now, we understand that Magic said that they wasn't going to be a big play in free agency, but damn, y'all can't even sign low-budget free agents. That ain't even that good. Paul George, really? Rondo? Macklemore? I ain't seen nothing on Twitter. You got teams that's sourer than the Lakers that's giving up bench players and going and getting star players. Let me see. Let me name a few. Houston gave up 3 of their bench players for Chris Paul. Minnesota traded 3 of their core players to go make a move to go get Jimmy Butler. The Lakers ain't making no kind of moves because Magic has no experience. And he know he messed up when he traded D'Lo, and he didn't get nothing in return for it. But a 30-year-old center who can barely average 5.4 rebounds a game. He's not going to average no 20 points this year because Luke Walton's system is not based around dumping the ball down into the big man and spreading the floor. It's based on transition, high screen pick and roll, floppy sets, and horns. Their big man is used like how Golden State used their big man to protect the rim, and he's not a rim protector because he only averaged 1.5 blocks. So yeah, man, the dude has no speed laterally, so who is he going to guard? What defense the Lakers is playing with Randall at the 4 and Lopez at the 5? Who y'all stopping? Nobody. And y'all keep talking about it was for cap space for next year. What you worried about next year for? You should have been worried about this year so that you can compete. All-stars are not leaving good situations to come and play for a team that ain't proved nothing. Come on, man. Wake up, Laker Nation, and quit drinking the Kool-Aid. Don't keep making the excuse about, oh, it was about salary cap. When in the end, you only freed up $16 million for 1 year, and you still got to pay this dude for a 1-year rental of $22 million. The trade was ultimately not just to free up cap space, but to go and get Paul George, and that didn't happen. So what is y'all talking about? And y'all going and trying to sign Paul Hill? George Hill? Excuse me? What is he going to do? Now all of a sudden, all this hype, the hype train behind Lonzo Ball about how great he was, he passed like magic. Now all of a sudden the dude need a mentor? Come on, man. After all the hype, I don't want to hear. He shouldn't need no mentor after all this greatness. How y'all talking about he was going to change around the franchise and how he make everybody so great. But now he need a mentor, right? Come on, Magic, with that bullshit, man. Ain't nobody, people who can think for themselves and that ain't brainwashed, I know what's going on. And trust me, you same people who praise him, Magic, talking about give him time. When y'all don't get what y'all want next year, y'all gonna be calling for this dude head to get fired. Anthony Davis is not coming. He won't be a free agent in 2020, 2021. Westbrook will start the extension. He's not coming. Paul George is not an elite all-star player. If he was, how come players wasn't jumping up to go run over to Indiana and go play with him? So Magic is delusional himself, thinking because he get Paul George and all of a sudden other all-stars gonna want to just come play for the Lakers, man. The front office is still living in delusional world. The last 4 or 5 years, y'all been saying the same stuff. It's the same plan that Jim and Mitch had. The only difference between Magic is oh, I'm going to smile at players and I'm going to try to shoot the gift, the gab. Man, that shit ain't working, Magic. And for all you young delusional fans, I'm not hating. I've been watching the Lakers since I was 7 years old. 1987, when they used to come on 570 KLAC. Back in the days when they wasn't really coming on TV like that. When they played at the Great Western Forum. I grew up on 91st and Western, between Normandy and Western. I went to Washington High, Horseman Junior High, LaSalle Elementary. So don't tell me nothing about a team that I've been watching for half of you youngsters was even born. And I'm 37 now. I'm just not stupid enough to believe the hype on what the media sells. It's called professional lying. And they'll tell you anything you need to hear to keep you fans paying. And until you wake up and see what's going on, you're going to continue to drink the Kool-Aid. This organization will be losing for the next 4 or 5 years. It's not about liking D'Angelo, but it was a stupid move. Because this dude will become an all-star. You know what I mean? And then everybody talks about how he's snitching and he videotape. Listen, man, we all done sinned and done something wrong when we was at that age, dude. So stop acting like you better than somebody. I did plenty of dumb shit when I was 19 years old. And still make mistakes today. So who am I to hold something against a young man and I done did just as much wrong, if not more? Everybody done snitched on somebody in some sort of way, whether it was dry snitching or talking about somebody else or backbiting. So yeah, again I ask, what cap space did you free up? You gave up your best player as far as potential and game wise. Because D'Angelo wasn't afraid to take the big shot. He wasn't afraid to try to take over the game. Jordan Clarkson is inconsistent. Randall has one move. If it's not running down the ball, running a fast break like a wild man and turning it over in the teeth of the defense, it's in and out, stutter step, spin back to the left. Lower his shoulder and try to bully you out the way and throw up some stupid ass wild shot. When he do get the ball in space, he's scared to pull up because he know he can't shoot. Then you got Brook Lopez, who shot 34% for one season. He never shot threes like that. That doesn't say that just because he come over to LA, he's gonna give you that same performance. When he was over with the Nets, the offense was built around him. It was dump it down into the big man, spread the floor, motion offense. And when one asset wasn't there, they was running pick and roll and driving and kicking out the shooters. Luke Walton doesn't run no kind of post-up game. Again, Magic is supposed to be so great. Y'all having a hard time even signing low-tier free agents. I'm looking at the tweets right now. All y'all keep doing is meeting with people, but ain't no deals happening. Because guess what? Dudes are not accepting one-year deals for the mid-level exception or the low-tier exception of $2.3 million for a year or $3.5. The way the CBA is built, young Laker fans and ladies and gentlemen, everybody gets paid like a baller. Drew Holiday just got a 5-year deal, who is not elite in no kind of way. He's a good player, don't get me wrong, but he's not elite. But the dude got a 5-year deal worth $137 million. Macklemore just got 3 years, $90 million. Should I keep going? Sean Livingston got $38 million. No, it was that Iguodala got 3 years for like 30-something million. Come on, man, y'all better wake up. Ain't nobody competing with Golden State or the Spurs right now for the next 4 or 5 years. So to go and make this trade was dumb. You should have stuck with the young core. Once they would have showed improvement, stars would have probably wanted to come. But stars are not leaving a good situation to come play for a sorry lottery team. I don't care if Magic Johnson is in the front office. When Jeannie fired her brother, she should have took the time to interview some people with experience, not just hiring Magic Johnson. If you notice what the Laker organization been doing since the Buss fathers died, you hiring ex-Lakers and ex-players thinking that that's going to change the organization around. Byron Scott came in, sorry-ass coach. How many games you won under him? 21. Y'all forget, Magic Johnson was the coach for a half a season in the 94-95 season. He got fired. Now you bring him in as an operations of basketball, and he don't have no experience. Ever since y'all made this dumbass quick panic trade to go dump salary cap as the excuse everybody keep losing, what moves have you made since then? Because of right now, you need shooters. You need at least 2 shooters that can score consistently. And right now, you don't got that. You had this hype train talking about how great Alonzo Ball was going to be. And now you're trying to go sign somebody, a veteran that's proven in the league because he needs a mentor. Come on, Laker Nation. Y'all better wake up. Until next time, like, subscribe, and I'll holler next time. Peace.
The second quarter was dead even in terms of their scoring output for both teams, and they still find themselves